Hello everyone, welcome back to another installment of Life Stories. My name is Trent, you know me, and you know the drill. Today, we got more stories coming from the depths of Reddit/entitledparents. You know them, you love them, and let's get started. Our first story is titled, Large Entitled Stepfamily Treats My Small Family Like Servants. So, after dealing with the fallout from my mother's passing, my father starts dating. My mother and father were only in their 50s at the time of my mother's passing. More than enough time has passed for grief, and I do know my mother begged him not to live his life alone once she was gone. Basically, I see this as a good thing. So behold, after a year or so of dating, I get a new family. A stepmother, stepsisters, the works. And perfect timing because my dad's about to be a grandfather. The new family is quirky. There's some entitlement I spot right off the bat, and the older generation definitely has inherited the worst of the Depression-era traits. For example, during summer holiday cookouts, my wife and I get some flack from the oldest generation, like, "Your wife makes more than you and you call yourself a man?" Yeah, she does, and yes I do. I have a vocational school education, she's got Ivy League college. No kidding she makes more than I do. And other stereotypes such as, "The wife's place is in the home raising the kids." Yeah, sorry, the days of the one-income way of life faded in my father's generation. Also, if they still existed, guess what? It'd be me at home waiting for my wife to come home from work because she makes more than I do. And two, she's not a good cook. Dad tries to keep the peace, but I tell him that honestly, after vile grandmother, this is nothing. This would come back to haunt me. This goes on for a couple of years. Basically, everything is close to normal. Learned who was normal, who was prissy, materialistic, and who was a stuck-up snob. You know, basic family dynamics. Then, the specter of cancer rears its head once again. This time, it's my father. Esophageal cancer. Initial stage 2, but it would eventually prove resistant to treatment and would be inoperable in the lungs, stomach, heart, and spine. Dad was, like me, a big dude, 6 foot even, 395 pounds, Army vet. It won't be till after his passing, and see his record, that I'll learn that he's a decorated Vietnam vet, which honestly now makes sense as he was always a light sleeper, prone to taking the dog on long car trips to New Hampshire at 2 in the morning, because he needed to be alone. He never talked to me about his Army time, and was adamant that I get a diploma as he dropped out to serve. Anyway, I digress. Big dude. Again, surgery, chemo, radiation, about a year solid of fighting. But again, everything is to no avail, and it just wasn't working, and it was still spreading. As Dad had gone through this with my mother, he decided to make the hard choices for us while he still could. No more treatments or DNR, just hospice care. In short, he accepted his fate. Dad went from 395 to 102 pounds during his treatments. He got visits from us every weekend. And he got the ins and outs of Thomas the Tank Engine and spent time playing with his granddaughter. Too soon his health returns, and in the end, it would be a blood clot that would take him, which in itself was a mercy. No pain, very quick. Now, days before his passing, Dad asks me to keep the family together, that my stepmom has had some things go down in her life and needs family support. I agree. My father passed in late 2011. True to my word, I invited the whole family over for Christmas of that year. Seems to be a pattern with me, as I'm not deeply religious. I see Christmas as a time for friends and family. My wife and I have a nice house. Our bottom floor has an open floor plan, and we use it for entertaining with a big TV, billiard table, full bar, huge sectional sofa, and a big wood stove. We have the space to entertain the family. I've provided the food and drinks, and I'm cooking all of it. Basically, the family just has to show up and not be a dick. Well, the first part came to pass, but not the second. First thing, everyone brought take-home containers with them. Okay, odd, but I always make way more food than needed, so while a little presumptuous, not that bad. Now, I had an old Irish tradition close to my heart. We always set a plate at the table for those that could not be with us in the hopes that they may join us. For those that need a deeper explanation, a place of honor is set in remembrance of those lost to us. Well, the main table won't seat everyone, so we have a secondary table set up. So I explain the situation that we will have to mingle families across all the tables. I'm immediately looked at like I'm a talking monkey. One of my new step-family members, a stuck-up one, states that they can push together and their whole family can sit at the main table while we get the other table. The newer generations of the step-family, stuck-up daughter this time, remarks that they don't want to mingle with that family. And I can already see that I've committed to a cascading cluster bomb that will ruin this day. I tell them about the place of honor set up, and I'm laughed at by just about everyone at the main table. Bear in mind, just a few months ago, my dad passed. To make the point that my tradition means nothing, a huge scoop of food is dropped on that plate with a "whoops, guess it's a seat for me now." That would be the stuck-up daughter. Okay, I'm making note of what's going on, and I realize why it's happening. My father's gone. I'm not part of this family. Never have been, never will be. It's confirmed throughout the evening. Once dinner is finished, everyone goes to the large family room. When my family and I head down, everyone of the step family heads upstairs to cram into the living room. When we head upstairs, they all filter back downstairs. I actually stop one of my stepsisters and ask pointedly what's going on. I'm told that they were not sure that they've ever seen their family act like this. I believed her, as she had the same what the heck look as I had. It's just snowballs from there. Nobody asks for anything, they just take it. Desserts are consumed before they can be shared, bottles of wine opened and drank, plates left all over the house, spills on the floor left to be cleaned. The old generation is in perfect form. We gave too much to our child for Christmas. Because we both work, my wife's mother is raising our child, and we're terrible parents. The final insult came that night when the step-family's oldest took a massive crap everywhere in the bathroom but the toilet, and needed help getting out of the bathroom. He received help from his family, but did they bother to clean it? Hell no. They had staff for that now. The day is finally over. Everyone from the step-family has left. All that remains is me, my wife, my daughter, and my mother-in-law. This is when we find all the trash, food, plates, and the foobar bathroom. We are at our wits' end, now having literally and figuratively been crapped on. I called my stepmother and asked what was going on. Here's how the conversation went. "Hey, I wanted to reach out to you to speak about some of the evening's events." "Oh, did something happen? Everyone loved the food and it was great to be able to fit our whole family into one place. We're really looking forward to having holidays with you." "Yeah, about that. Some things I wanted to bring up. What gives with the not wanting to intermix the families and the disrespect of my tradition? The whole that family crap. I opened my house to you, and this is the respect I'm shown?" "Well, we don't see it that way." "Is that a royal we? Oh, come on, you were right there. You heard them laugh, you heard your stepdaughter quip about how the place of honor was her seat now." "We didn't see it that way." "Okay, how about after dinner? Every time we tried to join you downstairs, you slowly filter out. We join you upstairs, and you all head back down. Your family tears into the bar and desserts and left nothing for us." "That didn't happen." "Yes, it did. Ask your own daughter. She was confused by it also." "Why are you saying these misconceptions? None of this took place." "Really? So you all didn't fill your to-go containers while your dad took a crap all over my bathroom? That was a misconception? Oh, and the fact that your family went to help him in the bathroom, they would have seen crap everywhere and you just left it for us?" "He's old and can't control himself." "So you knew! I understand he's old, but how is it my responsibility to clean his crap up?" "It wasn't that bad." "That's not a freaking excuse. His crap is on the freaking ceiling." Look, I'm used to your parents saying stuff like my mother-in-law's raising my kid, and I'm not a man for making less than my wife, but this was uncalled for. My stepmother was silent. I cannot help but notice that this takes place after my father's no longer here with us, because it's very likely that no one would have dared to do this if he was alive. Frankly, your family disrespected my tradition, my family, and my father's memory. Well, I'll go talk to my family about this, but there was no disrespect. Good night. Now, one would think this is where all communications are cut off. Nope. I get letters from the step family, each one thanking me for the food, then tearing into me for saying lies about their behavior, denying anything and everything, and called me out for trying to impose my backwards family into their proper family, that I would dare make them follow a tradition of my family in my house. I was specifically told that my family's lies, they were no longer misconceptions, have ruined their Christmas this year, and that because of this, I was considered persona non grata. Yep, one of the notes said that. My daughter could go to their gatherings with my stepmother to keep up appearances for the little one, but we were not invited. This was told to us each time an invitation was extended, so we couldn't forget our place. My daughter would not attend anything with them. No way that was going to happen. Soon, the invitations stopped, and the step-family has faded into memory. I couldn't keep my word to my dad. I did try to include them as a family, but I think he wouldn't want me to continue after that holiday disaster, and their true colors were shown. Our holidays are small now, but no longer are they stressing. I still provide and cook all the food, and just enjoy the holiday with my less-than-proper family. And I still keep the tradition of setting a plate of honor for those who could not be with us. And typically, one of our cats will hop up in their chair to watch the family before settling for a nap. That was a little bit of a sad, darker story than we're used to, but I think it's always good to see good people know when to cut toxic people out of their life. I think it's a skill that we should all learn, especially if things get bad. And with that especially long one out of the way, that's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning into Life Stories. My name is Trent, and you know the drill. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content coming your way, and I hope to see you guys soon.